Hello, all you wonderful people. Yes, today I'm at Universal Studios Japan, and I got my little umbrella in case it rains. So if I get wet, I'm blaming my umbrella. So I heard if you want to do the Biohazard The Real experience, you got to go get a ticket. So I just waited in line thinking that I was about to go on the ride, and then I got a ticket that said come back around 7 o'clock. So now I'm going to go do Biohazard at 7 o'clock tonight. And look at this, it looks like Universal Studios Orlando right here. It's like I'm back home. The Blues Brothers should be right there, but they are not. Someone called the Blues Brothers, but at least I can go on the Mummy, or in this case, Spider-Man. Nice glasses. One of the craziest things here is people are dressed up. They're dressed up as monsters. They're dressed up as scary things. And they don't work here. They're just dressing up, which is okay. And if you do that in Orlando or maybe Hollywood, you're not allowed in. They don't let you have costumes on. People wear full-on face masks. Look, there's a member of Stars right over there. Where'd he go? There he is. Look at that guy. It's a member of Stars. Guy walking around brandishing a fake weapon. That's just okay. That's an okay thing to do here. Space fantasy. So I just wanted to be known that I have no idea what space fantasy was about. There was this icon, which was this robot yelling at you in Japanese. You walk in the next room and there's a giant crystal, and there's a queen from space, I assume, that needs help. So you gotta go find a neutron star, I think you're trying to find a part of a solar system. So you get on this roller coaster, obviously, and you go through space, and it's kind of a kiddie ride. It's kind of a dark ride, but these are the ride vehicles. It's a little insane. So in USJ, Universal Studios Japan, you go straight from New York, and then right across from New York is Jurassic Park. To the untrained eye, you probably just see, oh, that's just millions behind me, nothing to see. But right behind that is Back to the Future. This is like a Universal Mystery Museum, a Universal Museum of the past and present. And look, there's Amity right over there. Oh, I hear Jaws in my future. Back to the Future, completely unchanged since I was a child. Except in Japanese. Nightmare on Elm Street, aka The Night Killer, isn't open for another 40 minutes, yet there's an 150-minute wait. I've resided to wait in this line to see this thing. So we're up and moving now. We're moving to Nightmare on Elm Street. It's pretty cool because they actually pulse the house, which instead of everyone just go in, everyone just go, pick 6-7 people and you get to experience the house. Now I can't film it because it's rude for me to film stuff. But I'm excited to see this. After almost an hour of waiting, we're almost there. Yes, they send 8 people in at a time with a little rope, and they just like, hey, come on in, see what we got to show you. I just got out of Nightmare on Elm Street, and it was awesome. It was more showy than like, oh, I'm coming out to scare you. There was a great part where there was a Pepper's Ghost effect. You saw Freddy down the hallway, and he popped out through a door, and he screamed in English, no running in the halls. And Scott Yukin over here started cracking up. It was worth the wait. Whoa. And they said it would take 90 minutes to do this live. We're right there. We've been here for like 10 minutes. Yes. I just did Alien vs. Predator, and there was some stuff that I saw from Orlando in that haunted house. There was that Predator disappearing, reappearing trick that they did back in Orlando. But there was a full-size queen in there being battled by a predator. And there were xenomorphs in suits and not just puppets, though there were puppets in there too. And there were colonial marines that had everything in it. It was cool. So I done 2 of the 4 haunted houses here at Halloween Horror Nights in Japan. Nightmare on Elm Street so far has been my favorite because it's very showy. I definitely would say that's a one-timer. But Alien vs. Predator was great too, and I'm excited to see Chucky's Nightmare Factory too, because it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Never in my life have I seen anything quite like that in a haunted house. Parts where people are being attacked by Chucky and his doll, and it's always like in their hair and they're like running around. Then after you get done with the majority of the haunted house, you actually make it to a part where this guy's like, oh, Chucky's around, there's an escaped lunatic and you gotta watch out. You're locked in this room and this guy's like, I got these keys, you gotta get the hell out of here, and you gotta leave right now. He's like, the door shuts behind him and he's like, oh God, I assume he says, we're all gonna die. And then the lights go out and a guy with a freaking chainsaw comes out of nowhere in the room, and the guy's being now attacked by Chucky, riding him with a chainsaw on top of his head. That was the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. Wow, that was a good haunted house. Okay, so Trauma haunted house looks like one of those upgrade experiences, which right now I do not have an express pass, but Halloween Horror Nights goes till November, so more than likely I will probably come back and buy an express pass to go see that, because I really do want to see that. So, to be continued on that one. About to ride Hollywood Dream, yes. Some ride vehicles go backwards, some go forwards. Thankfully they have a single rider's line. They give you a little pouch, so when you're riding, you put your stuff in the locker. Hey, that's the way it works. Man, I'm sunburned. So still in the single riders line, I had to wait an hour to go on that ride. But let me tell you what, they put me in the backwards train, and it was definitely worth the wait. I was screaming the entire time. A lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. And here it is. Something you can't do in Orlando or really in Hollywood because it's just on the tram tour. It's Jaws. Oh man, I'm excited. I get to ride Jaws again. Doesn't look like I'm gonna be filming this ride. I wish I could have filmed what I just saw. I had the most energetic skipper on the Jaws ride, and holy moly, that was a load of nostalgia right in the face. I got peppered right in the face. It's kind of strange to see the juxtaposition of Hogwarts Castle and Jaws in the exact same place, because in Orlando, Jaws was taken out by Harry Potter. It's supposed to be Central Park. This is where Rick Moranis runs up to the glass. It's like, help, there's a dog chasing me, and it gets mauled to death in Ghostbusters. And everyone just looks on and eats. To get in the world of Harry Potter, the wizarding world of Harry Potter, you have to get a distribution time. And thankfully mine's 4 minutes from now. I like the way that you go into a wizard world of Harry Potter, because you literally walk through a forest, as opposed to just go from Lost Continent into just, hey, this is Harry Potter. Don't look over here. That's the driving challenge. Okay, I will say that Wizarding World of Harry Potter here in USJ is really, really cool. They actually have a lake in front of their castle, opposed to just a bridge that you take pictures on. So look at this. At USJ in front of the Hogwarts Castle. course, they've got a kids area here at Universal Studios Japan. It's a new Wonderland. You don't want to know what happened to old Wonderland. It's a long story. The whole ribbon shoot. And at night, that's when the freaks come out. They come out and they spook around here at USJ. Look at everyone. They're running in terror. That's how they do it in Japan. If you're a zombie, you're gonna get sprayed. You're gonna get the gas. Half the fun of seeing the scares is actually seeing the reaction of people. People run for their lives because this is life or death. So if you had a suit on and hey, what's going on? You probably would be pretty scared if you were here to be scared, I guess. So people really get into it. This is life or death out here. After queuing in the morning, I finally get to queue again for Biohazard. Yeah, Biohazard. Biohazard, the reel, was so good, it made me change my shirt. You get a gun, they give you a gun, and then they let you fire against zombies come out at you. And there's lickers, and there's the nemesis. That is worth waking up early in the morning, staying in the park the entire day, just to be able to do that, because it is a really, really great attraction. I've never seen quite anything like it. There's people in huge costumes. The lickers are on the floor, sliding around the floor. Did not see any dogs. 2 tyrants that come after you. If you're a Resident Evil fan, you know what I'm talking about. You shoot bullets, you shoot green herbs to get health. It is an incredible journey, and I highly recommend, if you are coming out to USJ, that you should definitely see it, because it's definitely worthwhile. I'm going to attempt to get a selfie with the most elusive man in the park. That's right, the Invisible Man. Hello, me and the Invisible Man have become friends. One thing I'll give them here at USJ for Halloween Horror Nights, they changed some of the shows around. They have the horror versions of the show, like Terminator, is mostly the same, but in the middle of it, it gets interrupted by the Ring character. I think her name is Sadako? I don't know. But Samara in the American version for sure. She also shows up in the backdrop attraction. They talk about ghosts, and that one legitimately creeped me out. There's also one with the scissor lady. They have Sesame Street mostly there, but at night it turns into a scary movie about a haunted school where a lady with scissors comes out and attacks you, and then they show up in the crowd and they attack someone in the room. Also, speaking of the Terminator thing, they really like that gag where all of a sudden there's someone in the room and they're all over the place. That's used at least twice. So surprise, surprise, space fantasy at night has to do with the Ring too. They put you in a roller coaster in the dark. That is awesome. The entirety of the ride is in the dark. Okay, I just did the horror version of Back to the Future, which was The Grudge. So in the middle of the ride, you bust through the clock tower, and after you bust through the clock tower, go back in time, you're in a Japanese house. You look to your left, you look to your right, you see all these other cars that are moving in the same track that you are, and you're literally in a car going in a house. So it's kind of ridiculous. And there was a ghost coming after you. Go. Then the ride ends after you die, I suppose. And there's like an emergency written on the screen where Doc is. And then you get out, and there's an actor that's supposed to be like, I can't do that sound. Sound from The Grudge, the really long, drowning sound. So I gotta give it to him that there is a strange juxtaposition of Back to the Future with another horror movie done very well. And surprisingly, it didn't have to do with scissors or the ring. It seemed like everything had to do with the ring here. All right, so, yes, he's very upset. He might like my shirt. We got chainsaws on the shirt. Though I have to say that USJ is a very fun park. There is a lot to see. There's a lot to do. It's almost as the building right behind me is the Back to the Future ride. It's a capsule of some of the best of Universal. You get Jaws, you get Backdraft, you get some awesome Halloween events. You get Back to the Future, and then you get things like the Hollywood Dream. You get Harry Potter, which everyone seems to like. You get Jurassic Park, and then there's like a couple things that I'm not very familiar with, like space fantasy. So if you're coming once, come early, stay late. Especially if you're coming to Horror Nights, you get to see some great zombies, like the one walking right behind me, and the one about to appear on screen in 3, 2. Yep, there she is. She was having a good day. So folks, I'm going to end this by saying, you can do it, I can do it, we can all do it. Universal Japan's pretty fun. Oh, let's watch someone get mauled to death. How about that? That's what happens when you get on top of cars and the zombies with chainsaws. You get the chainsaws. You get the chainsaws. But seriously, people watching here is so much fun, especially during Halloween Horror Nights, because they have so many cool costumes. Even met Captain Jack Sparrow. All right, folks, stay groovy, stay scared, and have a good day.